Good morning, my lovely students. So, here I have brought the last part, which is part 3, chapter 7, Conservation of Plants and Animals, Standard 8, Science. This is basically the summary part of the previous two PPTs. You can say that this is the revision of chapter 7. So, we will have quickly. Let's begin. Discuss about the biosphere and conservation of plants and animals. Now, deforestation. This is the word that we have been hearing since we were in a class 5 or class 4, and you know that what all are the factors behind the deforestation as well as what are the consequences for the deforestation. The clearing of forest and using the land for various purposes is termed as deforestation. It is responsible for the survival threat to many living organisms. Causes: rapid urban development, agriculture related purposes, fuel requirements, building industries, forest fire, and making furniture. So all of the stated points are the cause behind the deforestation. We have discussed all these points in detail in our previous slides. Now, rapid urban development, that means urbanization. You might be aware that there was only forest 10 years back near Prahlad Nagar, Shela and Bhopal area, and now this all areas are converted into the urban cities or urban areas where huge tall buildings are built, and you can see that the expansion, Ahmedabad has been expanding, converting this forest area into the urban area. Agriculture, I can convert that forest area into my agriculture field to earn money. Fuel requirement, just to get wood as a fuel, use wood as fuel, I can cut down the trees. Building industries, you can imagine that building industry is more easier in these areas because they are away from the residential parts. Forest fire due to human activities and the global warming, and making furniture from the teak sal woods. Consequences, this is very important and I may ask in examination if I have to set the paper. What all are the consequences of deforestation? Increase in the temperature and the pollution level. Imagine no trees, so no carbon dioxide absorption. All carbon dioxide is present in the air, and that carbon dioxide will trap all the heat energy, and that may lead to a global warming. Decrease in the groundwater level. No trees, so no holding of water, or water will just run away. So ground level water decreases. Decrease in rainfall. You know the major reason behind rainfall is the trees. And if there is no trees, water cycle is imbalanced and there will be a drastic decrease in the rainfall. And that affects highly the fertility of soil. Increase in the natural calamities like flood, drought, etc. No trees, no rains for successive years leads to drought and desertification. Too much of global warming can lead to melting of glaciers that may lead to the floods. Decrease in water holding capacity of soil because there is no roots and no soil particles are held by the trees, so that may lead to the floods. Global warming, the picture here used can say lot about the global warming. Deforestation will increase the number of trees, that will lead to increase in the carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere. The carbon dioxide gas traps the heat rays reflected from the earth's surface, and this will result in increase in temperature on the earth. It will disturb the water cycle too and may reduce the rainfall. This could be cause of the drought. Desertification, that means converting a green zone into the drought zone or the dry zone, that is known as desertification. Deforestation changes soil properties. Lesser number of trees result in a more soil erosion, that means soil start eroding. The removal of top layer of soil result in the hard rocky layer which is less fertile. So if the upper humus layer is missing, plants cannot survive there. Eventually, the land is converted into desert. Such process is called the desertification. Improper irrigation is also responsible for the desertification. If you are using too much of water unnecessary for your crop production, that may lead to desertification. Conservation of forest and wildlife. Why it is important? To prevent deforestation and for the conservation of forest and wildlife, the government has implemented many rules and policies. Among many step areas called sanctuaries, national parks and biosphere reserves have been marked with the activities like cultivation, grazing, hunting, etc. are prohibited. Biosphere reserve. These are the places for the conservation of wildlife, animals, plants, traditional life, tribals. These are the areas meant for the conservation of biodiversity. Biodiversity or biosphere reserve conserve the biodiversity and culture that particular. The biosphere reserve conserve the biodiversity and culture of the particular area. Flora and fauna. The flora, the plants of a particular regions or the area are termed as flora. Examples of flora include mango, jamun, sunflower, etc. They are found in specific regions only. Fauna, the animals of particular regions or areas are termed as fauna. Examples of fauna include deer, parrots, and goldfish, eagle, lion of particular habitat. Endemic species. These are the species which are completely confined in a particular area and not found anywhere else are called the endemic species. Any animal or plant could be endemic to area, state or country. If any destruction takes place at such habitat, then it could affect their population. For example, koalas, which were 80% damaged in the forest fire this year in Australia, and could also endanger the entire species' existence. Endemic species. Example of endemic species include trees like sal, wild mango, etc. and animals like bison, Indian giant, squirrel, etc. which are found only in the Panchmari Biosphere Reserve. Wildlife Sanctuary. These are the areas served for the protection, giving suitable living condition to animals. Activities like hunting, poaching, capturing, etc. of animal is prohibited in these sanctuaries. The sanctuaries have given protection to many endangered species like black buck, white-eyed buck, elephant, golden cat, pink-headed duck, the gharial, marsh crocodile, python, rhinoceros, etc. Indian sanctuaries have unique landscapes, broad level forest, mountain forest and the bushland in the deltas of big rivers. National parks. These are the reserves that are large and diverse that provides the protection to entire ecosystem. This preserve plants, animal lands and historic objects etc. of that particular area. Endangered species. Those animals whose numbers is gradually decreasing and might get extinct soon are known as endangered animals. Now be specific with endangered and endemic species. Endemic species are special to that particular area, and endangered species are the species which are going to be extinct in the coming time if we will not preserve them well. The animals small in size are more likely to become endangered than the bigger animals. Example of some endangered animals are snow leopard, giant panda, whooping crane, etc. Ecosystem is the system that comprises of all plants, animal and the microorganism dwelling or residing in particular area along with non-living things like air, water and soil. So you can say that your house or the society is also a kind of ecosystem. There is an equal importance of each and every organism, whether it may be snake, frog, lizard, bat, etc. for the proper functioning of ecosystem. Red Data Book. It is a book which has list of all endangered animals and the plants. The book for the plants and animals and other species are also individual. Migration. You might have heard of migratory birds, flamingo birds. It is the seasonal movement of animals, birds, etc. from one place to the another in search of better climate, breeding place, food, etc. There are many birds that migrate from one part of the earth to the other due to climatic change, mainly for the breeding purpose. They need suitable climate or rearing their young ones. Recycling of paper. We need to cut 17 full-grown trees to make 1 ton of paper. We can easily reuse and recycle the paper. Reducing our consumption of paper can save trees and also save water and energy used to manufacture paper. Besides, it can also help in reducing the use of harmful chemicals that are used to make papers. Reforestation, that is the opposite to deforestation, or it is also known as afforestation. Reforestation is the opposite of deforestation. Here, we plant new trees to restock forests that have been destroyed. In India, we have the Forest Conservation Act, which aims to preserve and conserve natural forests and meet the basic needs of the people living in near them. Reforestation can happen naturally or can be done artificially. If the deforested area is left undisturbed for some period of time, the forest can grow again. Thank you. I hope you have gone through this revision video thoroughly, and that will help you to recognize all the scientific keywords in your knowledge. So I'll see you with the next videos very soon. Bye bye. Take care.